What up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another episode. Thank you guys for coming back. Thank you guys for supporting me. So I hope you guys enjoyed those first couple videos. I wanted to try something different and I enjoyed creating them, so I hope you guys enjoyed them. So today I want to break down a concept that I shared with you guys a while ago, just about a little over a year ago. I've gotten some questions on it. A couple friends hit me up about it. So I'm going to break it down a little further, or at least try to. I haven't thought about this concept in a little while. So life above, why are we here? So in that video, I told you guys that I believe that this life was a test, that we are sort of in a simulation. We go through trials and tribulations and temptations, and we see how we overcome it and how it affects us, and if we're able to level up and what that even means. I feel like it's such an open-ended question where you can look at that and you can try to understand and you can come to conclusions, but it's so complex where it's like any answer, any conclusion, it could be true, any conclusion could be false. It just depends on your belief really and how you feel and how you see the world. You can compare it to video games, you can compare it to movies as far as the concept and the imagination. If you can step outside the box and you look at like video games like open world maps, right? Like World of Warcraft or Red Dead Redemption, or just any type of video game where you're thrown into this simulation and you're making choices, and those choices affect the outcome of your future, right? And you make good choices, you make bad choices, and you're forced to live with them. I think the biggest thing is that we have a choice, right? You have choices to make, and with that it's so complex, right? Because you don't know what the right choice is to make. So for example, if you're at a crossroads with something and you're not sure if you should go one way or the other, with a friendship, with a career choice, with whatever the case may be, your future depends on the choice that you make, right? And those moments and those crossroads. And it could be so small and so minor, like drinking and driving. A small decision you make where you go out instead of staying home, or you decide to do something and it's a trickle effect, a domino effect, Murphy's Law. If you guys are familiar with Interstellar, dope ass movie. I love that movie. Whatever can happen will happen. But yeah, let me try to deep dive a little more into that concept. We're always presented choices, and we're always presented opportunities to better ourselves or to lessen ourselves. It's up to us to decide what's best for us, and it's tough, temptations and all that stuff. And I don't really think there's a right answer to anything. Everybody's situation and everybody's circumstance is different, and everybody's perspective, everybody's temptations, everybody deals with something that weighs them down, and to overcome that is tough. But I feel like the ideal when you're able to overcome something and when you can level up, so to speak, there's a certain gratification that you feel where you feel proud of yourself. You feel like you're headed in the right direction, like you're doing right. And it's an addicting feeling, right? That dopamine feeling where you're like, you want to chase that. And I feel like you should chase that. When you feel like you've bettered yourself and you feel like you're becoming a better person, that feeling is something you should chase, because it's only going to motivate you to do more and do better and expect more of yourself. Put more pressure on yourself in a good way. A lot of times we put pressure on ourselves and it affects us negatively. We want to be someplace and we want to be at a certain level, but we're skipping steps on the way there, and we only see the goal and what we can be, but really it's so many steps to get there. And I feel like when we understand that and you celebrate the small victories, I feel like that's important. That's important to celebrate the small victories and be proud of yourself. Like for me, man, I struggle with certain things, and I'll just share it with you guys. Like, I was doing a lot of things that I shouldn't have been doing, and I knew it. I was consciously making decisions that were jeopardizing my mental health and jeopardizing my state of being, right? Like it was affecting me in a major way. I was doing it for a purpose. I was making decisions, and I was making poor decisions almost purposely. Although it was hard, it was hard to get away from it, but I understood why I was doing it. Why I was going out, why I was doing certain things, and why I was putting myself in those same situations. But I was learning a lot, and I was kind of in the trenches. I was in the trenches just learning, and I did it for a purpose, just to grow. And it took me a while to get out of that. It took me a while to get back to who I know I am, right? And just be leveled with my being. I grew a lot, like I told you guys, I grew a lot in this past year. I feel like just me being in the trenches and me going through what I went through helped me grow as a person and helped me gain perspective and just level up, and it was tough. Like, it was tough. It was not easy to go through that, but I got through it. And I feel like I'm a better person because of it. Safe to say that I'm ready for the next challenge and the next trial in life, and so on and so forth. And I feel like after this life and kind of when this is over, I mean, you could take it any way. You could literally go reincarnation. You can go to a different state of being, different dimension. I believe this is not the end. This is not everything. There is something else out there. I don't want to say for a fact, because I don't want to be so certain on something, because I feel like when you're so certain on something, you kind of blind yourself from thinking outside the box and being more open-minded. So I do believe, subject to change, but I do believe there is something out there. I believe there's something after this, whether it's you die and you come back instantaneously and you live another life. That's a possibility. There's a possibility that there's a possibility that when we die, we enter a state of being where we're able to look back on life and we're able to go through the chapters of the life that we lived and break it down and see how we did, get graded on it almost. Or maybe you enter another simulation and then you start a whole another life, and you're throwing all these other challenges and you try to overcome them and better yourself. And I do believe there is a higher being. I believe in something greater than ourselves. When you talk about religion and you talk about specifics, that's kind of where you lose me because religion to me is, well, not to me, but religion is or was created by man, and as we know, anything created by man naturally is flawed. And from that standpoint, it's hard for me to really stick to that belief and not think outside of that and think for myself and what makes sense to me. But what I will say is that I believe that there is a piece of our Creator inside each and every one of us. I feel like each and every one of us is special, and there's something inside us that is special, and is worth something in this universe. Outside of that, it's subject to anybody's belief. That's why I struggle with religion at times, because it's so certain and so just in your face, and you have to believe it, and people spread it, and people share it with each other, and it's dope. It's a great foundation for people to build themselves from, and the morals and values that it preaches, it's great. I'll never doubt that. I'll never question that. But when you take it further and you look at how it's been spread, and I mean, just how it's almost forced upon people, where if you don't believe in it or you don't fully trust it, you're almost outcasted, right? And you're just you're looked as being wrong, but really it's I feel like you should be able to believe what you want to believe. But who am I to say? I'm just emptying my thoughts and such. But I do feel like everybody has a purpose in life, and this life means something, right? And to find that purpose or to fulfill that purpose is the biggest question, right? You have to look within you, and you have to try to understand that as best you can. A lot of times we go to other people, at least for me, I could speak for myself. For the longest time, I would go to other people, other friends, for validations on my own opinions and my own beliefs. And I struggle with that, and I think just recently I've been able to be in the presence of my own being and ask myself those questions and ask myself what I actually believe and what resonates with me. And I feel like it's important to do that. I feel like a lot of times we go to people, we go to something else for the questions that we only have the answers to. And I've been enjoying my own presence. It's crazy. Like I've been going for walks at the park. If you guys see my TikToks, I record TikToks on certain concepts and certain stuff. I literally go to the park down the street from my house, and I catch a thought, I let it flow and see where it takes me. And then if I feel inspired to record, I'll record on TikTok and I'll post it. And I think I'm gonna continue to do that, just because it expands my mind, and I'm able to expand on ideas and thoughts and share it with you guys. And that's dope. But yeah, I just wanted to deep dive into this thought a little more. I haven't thought about this concept for a while, so I'm gonna let it ponder a little longer. I'm gonna let it ponder a little more and see what other conclusions I can come up with this particular concept. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys so much. This is gonna be it for this video. Maybe I'll deep dive more into this particular concept in future videos. Let me know in the comment section. If not, I'll move on to the next concept because I got like a list of them that I'm just thinking about, you know, catching an idea and just letting my thoughts flow, sharing it with you guys. So thank you guys for tuning in. And if you like this video, go ahead and like the video and comment down below what you think about this particular deep dive into this concept, and hit that subscribe button. Like I said, it'd be really helpful for me. And if not, it's all good. I appreciate you guys tuning in nonetheless. Thank you guys. Stay tuned for the next video. And that's it. So I'm gonna catch y'all later. Peace.